A violinist played for 45 minutes in the New York subway. A handful of people stopped, a couple clapped, and the violinist raised $30 in tips. No one knew this, but the violinist was Joshua Bell, one of the best musicians in the world. What does this all mean? Well, stick with me for today's episode and we'll find out.
The following was recorded in front of a live studio audience at the Studio 21 Podcast Cafe. This is the United Podcast Network.
Welcome to Rat Race Reboot. I'm your host, Laura Noel. And as a certified coach and former 27-year military leader, each week I provide bite-sized mindset pivots that will help you reset your mind, reawaken your spirit, and regain your control.
Hello again, and welcome to another episode of Rat Race Reboot as we wind down the year 2022. I was scrolling through Facebook, and actually a friend had sent me this story, and actually it was on LinkedIn as well. So I'm going to read it. I thought this was really powerful, and it actually inspired a conversation with my friend. But basically, this violinist played for 45 minutes in a subway. And, you know, a few people stopped. Most people, I lived in New York. So normally when things are going on in New York in the subways and on the streets, you don't make eye contact and you just keep walking. And that's what people did. They pretty much ignored him playing. He raised $30 in tips, and he was a world-renowned violinist, Joshua Bell. So he played one of the most intricate pieces ever written with a violin, worth $3.5 million. At 2 days before this little experiment, he sold out in a theater, Boston theater, where the seats averaged about $100 per person. Sold out venue. But it proved the extraordinary, that we don't pay attention to the extraordinary within an ordinary environment. We just kind of ignore it and let it go. So oftentimes our shine, our glow, the shine and the light of others becomes overlooked because we're basically in this hypnotic rhythm, sleepwalking in the ordinary. We don't even notice the extraordinary. There are brilliantly talented people in the world, including yourself, who aren't receiving the recognition they deserve, right? And they're being overlooked. We're overlooking ourselves a lot of times, the beauty that's within us, because we can get so bogged down in the day in and day out, like I said, in this hypnotic rhythm, that we don't take the time to stop, notice, appreciate in gratitude the awesomeness that is already inside of us. Even on a basic level, the fact that we are living in these miraculous human bodies with this amazing brain of ours, our mind, that in and of itself, the things that we can do just day in and day out are truly a miracle. And if we can even just stop and reflect on that gratitude would elevate our vibration to attract more things to be grateful for. And when we are in that gratitude and we're in that place of appreciation, seeing the beauty in ourselves and in the things and the people around us, that elevates our vibration and also elevates our confidence. And in turn, that influences the way people respond to us. So they're more apt to notice our shine as well, the beauty within us that's emanating to and through us, extending out to other people, creating a ripple effect. When we are noticing that, appreciating it in gratitude, other people will see it too. So this is another key point in this post that I wanted to touch on too. Brilliant, talented people are everywhere who aren't receiving the recognition and rewards they deserve. But once they arm themselves with value and confidence and remove themselves from an environment that isn't serving, they thrive and grow. And I love this because it really touches on one of my previous episodes of how do you know when it's time to move forward? But your gut is telling you something. Listen to it. It's telling you where you are isn't enough. Go where you're appreciated and valued. Know your worth. And as I said a moment ago, most importantly, stop. Be present and really see your worth. Sometimes we are in our own stale and stagnant environment, and it's one that we create ourselves. You've probably heard the phrase, you don't know you're in a prison when you're in one, sometimes in that mental prison. But we can quickly become extraordinary in these ordinary constructs, these ordinary environments that we create in our own minds, just by making it a fact in our own mind that we are extraordinary. What I find is so important is we've got to notice this power and this extraordinary beingness of ourselves within ourselves first and foremost, before other people will notice it too. And ask yourself right now, what gifts are you not appreciating that you have, that you know you have, but you're just not acknowledging? What gifts have other people acknowledged you for, and maybe you didn't receive the message? Just take that in for a moment. Appreciate those gifts that you have, that you possess, that you have, and you can share with others. Acknowledge them in gratitude and make it a fact in your own mind that you are extraordinary. Get into this practice. And really, as we bring 2022 to a close, take a breather. Reflect on everything that is great about you. Because in doing that, you'll be able to extend that outlook on everyone else with whom you come in contact. That habit that you'll create of seeing the good in all things. I'm not saying that you're ignoring things and challenges and struggles, because those are the things that actually help make us grow. But in acknowledging the good and the positive in every challenge, even in every obstacle, in every person, really putting the law of polarity into practice and focusing on the positive pole end of things, you are elevating your vibration. You are starting through the process of attrition, letting those old beliefs that aren't serving you, those old maybe negative thought patterns that you know aren't serving you, you're letting them kind of die off through malnutrition, in essence. And when you do that, you're opening the space for all the good that you want to have show up in your life. So as you're bringing the year 2022 to a close, think about letting go of these thought patterns and these ideas and that negative pole thinking that you might catch yourself habitually gravitating to. Start to let that go and be deliberate in looking at the positive pole and the positive side of things. Start to acknowledge not only the gifts in yourself, but in others as well. And as you do that, naturally, a lot of these negative patterns will start to dissipate, so that as you enter into the new year, you are ready to be in receive mode in a mega way. And I'm so excited for you to do that. I am so excited that you joined us this year, this season. I have so much gratitude for all of our listening audience here on Rat Race Reboot. I would love to hear your feedback. I would appreciate it if you would go to ratracereboot.com, and whatever channel you listen to your podcast on, leave a review. Also, Maybe leave some ideas of some things that you would like to learn about in the realm of mindset, quantum physics, neuroscience, NLP, the brain, all of those things that can help you really advance your goals so that you can be the best version of yourself that you can possibly be. And I look forward to seeing you in the new year. Once again, go to ratracereboot.com. Let us know your thoughts. I do read them. And also subscribe to our 3-minute meditations if you haven't done that already. And be on the lookout for the book, Rat Race Reboot, coming out in the first quarter of 2023. Have a wonderful holiday, wonderful new year, and we'll see you in 2023. Everything's created twice, first in your mind and then in physical form. See you next year.
The views and opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or callers of this program do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the Studio 21 Podcast Cafe, the United Podcast Network, its partners, or affiliates.